All right, what is up, everybody? My name is Joel Fernandez, and welcome to my Gateway Experience episodes. This should be episode 8, and the purpose of these videos is to document my Gateway experience as I go through the different focus tapes. Right now, I am on Advanced Focus 10, and it is my 5th time doing it and it went well. And if you haven't seen any of the other videos, go ahead and check them out. Go back to the beginning if you haven't seen that, because I will be talking about things that I've already explained on in those videos. So if you ever feel lost or anything like that, just check them out, and maybe I will eventually get really good at video editing and be able to just like link things up and down like some other people do. But for now, please go ahead and do that. Help me out. And yeah, so it is 9:13 a.m. right now, and I woke up at about 7:15, 7:30, and I really wanted to wake up at 6:30 because I went to sleep around 9:30 last night, and I've been looking to push things a little bit further earlier, because I don't like waking up so late. I like waking up super early, like 3:30, to like 4:30, sometimes 5 at the latest. But it is what it is. I just have to work with what I've got right now, and this is what I've got. So I'm just doing my best to do that, to make sure that I wake up earlier. And once I woke up, I went ahead and read my scrolls and my manifestation affirmations and everything that I want to do for the future. And then afterwards, I went ahead and did my HemiSync and my Focus 10 tape. And in that, I did notice my mind kind of chattery and just producing almost like useless things. And that's okay. That's part of the process. And then I went ahead and did my resonant energy breathing that got rid of a lot of that, but I could still feel a little bit tired, um, probably because I got laid last night. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there, and yeah, it was amazing. But yeah, so this morning I just felt a little bit slower than usual, as is part of the nature of the experience. And then, but I feel great now. And the reason why is because I went ahead and went through my routines and did everything that I needed to do. And I just took a nice cold shower as well. So I feel very vibrant and ready to get the day started and go to work. And so, throughout my experience, some of the things that I noticed that are different from the things that I've been noticing is, well, I did everything like usual. I went ahead and did my breathing. Before that, I did my energy conversion blocks, then my breathing, then my rebow. And in my rebow, I went ahead and did it like I usually, I did it in last episode, since this is only the 5th time doing it. But but yeah, I just did it slowly, and I found myself tuning into the rhythm of the audio tape. So in the audio tape, I think they play like an ocean surf type of sound, and so I found myself really following that rhythm, and I did it maybe 4 times total, and I think that was a good pace. It wasn't too slow, it wasn't too quick, and I felt comfortable in the balloon. And then after that, when they ask us to spiral it around ourselves, I did the same thing as it goes from one ear to the other, the ocean surf, and and that was good. I enjoyed that. Just being able to kind of follow that rhythm. I did it 3, 4 times, maybe 5 times. I don't know exactly. I didn't count. I was more focused on being present and allowing my body to just relax. And as I was allowing my body to relax, another thing that I noticed going into the first Focus 10 is that I was kind of twitchy. I was telling, first I had my brain really relax and, really just let that relaxation sink into my brain. And I allowed everything to just basically fall asleep while really staying alert at the same time with my mind. Just because my brain likes to just go in all kinds of different directions. And I was thinking about some of the interviews that I did yesterday and that kind of stuff. But as I was telling my feet and my legs and the rest of my body to relax and go limp and fall asleep, I noticed that after I was kind of done with all the focuses and I was just sitting and I felt relaxed, I would kind of twitch here and there. And that was involuntary, just like how when, we fall asleep, we do twitch a little bit in our sleep. And so I noticed some of those things. And I also noticed some like latent, very subtle tension. And because I noticed that I was able to just let it go. And it was mostly in like my lower back area and that was good. It was enjoyable being able to just relax and really being able to notice like the small twitches here and there. And because I noticed it is what allowed me to relax. And then as I went into my focus one afterwards, it was good as well because I moved my hand and I felt myself coming back to being awake and alert. And then as I went into my second focus 10 this time was actually better than my first one. Interestingly enough, kind of the opposite of yesterday. And but that's actually a good thing I feel because it tells me that at the end of my practice I was more relaxed than at the beginning, which is typically what we want. And so I did notice myself though once I went into like a deep relax, and I could really even feel like myself falling asleep. But because of the practice and the state that I'm in now, I'm able to stay alert in my brain. But I could really feel my body going into a deep, deep, relaxed sleep, and I could still feel my resonant energy balloon, and 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 I felt myself kind of going into like a higher state of presence, really resonating my entire being in the present moment. And just like how I talked about before with the mind and the body, and now with the rebel, I'm able to really pay attention to that from a different, more subtle radiation perspective, as that is the purpose of the rebel, is to hold our radiation in to our aura being, whatever you want to call it. And then from that, I noticed myself going kind of thinking about different people and wanting to go visit them in a way, right? So first, I kind of thought about the people that I did interviews with before. And because of that, I was able to really intuitively know if I want to do business with them or not. And really, the answer was no. And I'm not going to go too into the reasons, but just some certain practices that I can relate to that they are doing, and mainly their focus, right? When someone has a conversation with you and they want to focus on your pain, that is not necessarily something, and they want to draw it out of you, that's not something that I want to be in business with because I can do that myself and I can heal myself. I don't need to be dependent on somebody else for that. And if you guys ever wondered what those are back here, this is the 7 habits of highly effective people. And one of them, is the wheel, or the one on top is Maslow's hierarchy of need. And then this one is the 7 habits of highly effective people. And one of the things on the 7 habits is really going from dependence to independence to be able to go into interdependence and synergize. And so we can't really be dependent on other people for them to make us feel good. So I kind of shut him down when he was really trying to ask about my experience and focus on pain and kind of being like, oh, that must be really tough. Like, no, actually, it wasn't. I'm actually very grateful that it happened. And I'm looking forward. And I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a victim, you know? I am taking full responsibility, and that's something to keep in mind, guys. If you are ever wondering about that, make sure that you are taking 100% responsibility for everything that happens in your life, And that's, I think, something that also we come to through this practice. So I think it's very related. And going forward, I also thought about the other person that I did an interview with, and I also don't want to do business with her because of she confessed to me that she's not very good at gardening, and I look at those things. It's not to judge someone by their gardening skills, but it's just to look at things from a higher perspective. If you're not good at nurturing relationships, then why are we doing business? It's relationships are a lot like gardening. And she said that if she ever touched a flower, that it just kind of dies. So I don't want to do I don't want to do business with somebody. So if you pay attention to certain subtle things, that if you're ever confused, if you're ever kind of being distracted by money or being distracted by different kind of carrots that people want to put in front of you, then I highly suggest that you kind of think about the entire conversation, maybe go into a peaceful state and listen to your heart, and your heart will always tell you all the answers that you ever need. So that's what my heart was telling me as I was going into my second Focus 10 fully at peace. And then I kind of left those people behind. I tried to put them in my energy conversion box at the beginning of the practice, but they came up later on. I think my guides or whatever, my heart was trying to guide me or whatever you want to call it, as to like how to make the decisions moving forward as well, just from a very relaxed and peaceful and clear-minded state. And then I thought about other people. I thought about my son. I thought about my daughter. Partly because they're making noise, but also because I was so relaxed that I thought, hey, let me actually just step out of my body and go over there and see how they're doing, in my astral form. And I tried that. I started like picturing, okay, what is he probably doing right now? Is he playing with his tablet? And then like I saw that in my mind's eye, but then I started questioning it. And so that brought me back into my body. I'm not very adept at this. I'm just a beginner. This is like my eighth episode, I believe, and my fifth time doing the advanced Focus 10. So I think the more I do it, the more advanced I will become, and but that's what I did. And then lastly, um, at the end of the practice, right before I was about to be brought back by Bob Monroe from the tape, I thought about some of the business people that I look up to. I thought about, what they're up to and what they're doing. And I even thought about a networking event that's coming up soon that I'm not personally particularly planning on attending. But I will, give my heart and energy and hope that it's an amazing event and be there in spirit. I have to do other things in the physical realm, so I will be busy. But yeah, I hope that they are doing amazing things because that's something that I want to be a part of, and that is, the real estate investing, networking, and as we move into a recession, and we already are, people are kind of, I don't want to get too into the business side of things in these videos, but that was the last step of my practice. And so that was amazing. I think that was a great, very beautiful experience that I went through. And I am becoming more and more aware of these energies, just like our affirmation is. I am more than my physical body. And because I am more than my physical body, I want to become aware, and not only become aware, but I want to utilize and harness and control these higher energies. And that's what it's all about. I think that there's plenty of different little rabbit holes that I could go down in this conversation as I'm kind of looking over it right now. But I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up. I feel good. I feel like those little twitches are going away, and I don't have to be afraid of the unknown, and that we can just move forward. And I hope that this message finds you well, and I hope that uh, if you have not tried this practice, that you may give it a shot, It's on YouTube for free. You can find it. The HemiSync tapes are really great. They help you understand the different states of consciousness that we go through. And I think that as we call out, there's different energy systems, as they call it, and they all come back to the same source of spirituality. So if that means anything to you, then that's amazing. If it doesn't, then I highly suggest that you check it out. And anyway, if you have questions for me, let me know. I'm going to continue to do these videos every single day. Why did my voice just crack right there? That was weird. Every single day. And I look forward to it. So I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Peace.